Chapter 4. Chasing Dreams. Constance bustled into the kitchen and began to wipe down counters and cupboards and firing words at Prudence. "Did I tell you about the dream I had last night?" "No, I didn't tell you." "I meant to, but I've been busy cleaning up my room. I didn't realize I had so much garbage. Clothes from God knows when. I should give them away." "Who should I give them to, though?" "You wouldn't know. Probably Cousin Rose would know. That woman is no good, but she is relative. I never see a woman fool so yet. Always laughing, and no matter how hard I try I can't find the joke. She is one lucky woman. Don't work one day in her life and have everything to her comfort. Thank God for people like you. If I had my way she would go work like everybody else." Note to self, Prudence murmured into her mug, "Don't do a blasted thing in this house, except in your quarters." She just cleaned the kitchen, but Constance was there, retracing her footsteps. "John promised to come fix my rocking chair from last week. The right leg cracking. I can bet it not good would they use to make it. How chair just crack so? You don't know?" Prudence again murmured in her cup, her eyes scouring Constance's plump body. She quashed a smile. "All now I don't see him," Constance continued. "I don't know why men don't stick to their word. Promises, promises. That is all they have. And you know what? Every time him want money. Him think that I am a money tree. Him don't care if one day I break my backside when the chair collapse with me." She turned to Prudence. "You could ask Jonah to come fix it since you now big friends. Walking round the community at midnight and chatting about life. Don't him use to make furniture before him take drugs and turn himself fool. Him worse than fool. Him lose most of him screws. Don't ask him. Next thing him head go take him while him here. How would we manage? Since you friends he probably would spare you. Poor me. It is a good thing that we don't have any serious criminals in this community. When you listen to the news and hear what is going on in the country with the whole lot of killing of people in their own house, I fret. It is a good thing we live here, although we not too safe. I don't trust that boy, Jonah. Him always sitting on the wall down by the bridge playing with that machete. It is just a matter of time before him go stark raving mad again. This time him going to chop up somebody. Mark my word. It is a good thing him had not fully gone yet. I would be putting you in the cemetery 2 weeks from now. I don't know what is wrong with these young people. Smoking their life away. How Jonah live?" She turned to look at Prudence. Prudence stayed quiet. "I never hear about him working from he got sick. It must be hard on Joyce. Her one boy. He was such a handsome boy growing up. But him turn man now and take up man things. You see what happened to him now? Nobody can't tell me that he is not the person stealing things from people bush. By the way, don't eat any more of the mangoes. I going to make some juice. I think I will put a little carrot with it." She smiled and smacked her lips as if savoring the mango and carrot juice before turning her attention back to Prudence. "You hear that Mas Abram lose him goat the other day? He tied it out at the pasture in front of the school one night, and when he went back for it the next day there was no goat. Vanish into thin air. Nobody but the ganja babies who congregate down the road take the poor man goat and sell it. We have to be careful. The same thing that is happening out in other places can happen here too. We lucky so far. Talking about luck, you hear that Miss Margaret boy Desmond win lottery in America? Yes. I hear them talking about it in the taxi when I was coming from Port Antonio the other day. They say him soon take Miss Margaret up to America. That would be good for her because she has nobody taking care of her. They say she getting a little fool, too. Talk stupidness sometimes. But she is old. That is to be expected. I never saw her at school. You and she went to school, right? You and she about the same age, then, but she looks so much older than you. Hard life. From I know her she going to bush and market. What could sweet anybody about going to bush? Prudence's mug slipped out of her hand and clattered onto the table. It was a good thing it was almost empty, she thought. She and Miss Margaret the same age. She'd just turned 70 in January. Miss Margaret was not less than 80. She took a napkin and patted the brown spot on the tablecloth. "You have to wash that." Prudence looked up to see Constance watching her. "Yes, I will wash it," she said, keeping her tone even. Constance went right back to her chatter. "You remember when we used to go to bush with Mama and Papa? It was not pretty at all. That is why I decide to be a teacher. Mosquitoes, mud and animal waste not for me." "What was I going to tell you? About the dream you had?" Prudence asked, and took another sip of her cold tea. "Oh, yes. The dream. Every night I dream something different. I don't think anybody can dream like me. That tea must be finished now, Prudence. From I come in here you sipping, or is it white rum?" Prudence stared at the tea in her mug. She'd heard that soursop leaves were good for the nerves and had decided to strengthen her nerves that morning. She stood and stretched. She'd not been able to sleep and had been awake from 2 a.m. that morning. There was nothing that she would have liked better than to go back to bed. But she'd listened to Constance. She couldn't talk all morning, and if she chose to talk all morning, she'd be talking to herself.